Hi there, everyone! This is the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing game. This campaign, we're playing Call of Cthulhu. I'm what's known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. My name's Spencer, and I'm joined by my investigator, Dalton.
Hi, I'm Dalton. I'm playing as an investigator known as Marvin Martin, an amateur radio engineer and alien enthusiast.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
We also have Dan.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm playing as Dan. That's about it.
Yeah, but you're a copywriter. You do stuff in the 1920s.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
We also have Justin.
Hey everybody, I'm Justin. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Leo Quinn, whose pronouns are also he, him. A totally not so much legitimate businessman. He's a gangster.
He's a gangster. Ashley.
It's Ashley. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Irene Whitmore, whose pronouns are also she, her. Last session, we found out that Irene is crazy Rupert Merriweather's granddaughter. She doesn't have a job. She just parties and lives off of her parents' wealth, which is not ideal. But good for her.
Her job is life.
Yep. And just apologies in advance. I'm a bit sick, so I'll try not to cough into the microphone and stuff for you guys, but...
Perfect. And of course, we have joining back Christian.
Woo!
Yes, hello. I will be playing Butcher Blevins, a butcher who has kind of run in with the Society of the Explanation of the Unknown, and kind of smuggling and behind the scenes some interesting unexplained things. So yeah,
I think you're our first character who is actually part of the Society for the Explanation of the Unexplained. So that's perfect. And nobody else here is part of the SEU, right?
I'm part of something much bigger and much more important.
Of course. So we could fit in Butcher later on too, with just like him getting like a lead on this investigation too. But we'll cover that in a little bit. First off, the thing we want to start off with, we do have a rules correction. Justin, do you want to lead us off on that?
Yeah. So if you've been playing along with us, you went through the character creation, which is great because there's a couple of different ways you can do it. There's a quick way and a couple of longer ways. One specific longer way and then one kind of random longer way, which involves just kind of dice rolls. That goes into your character sheet. During this process, though, while you're allocating your points, in whichever method you would choose, you first allocate. You choose a job. So the cool thing about this system is you have a great deal of specificity. You can be a child. You can be an old person. You can be big, small, strong, weak, smart, whatever you want. You have a lot of creativity and a lot of control over exactly what you do and what your character is like, much more so than maybe some of the other RPGs that are out there. One thing that we were a little unclear of last week, we told the stream that you cannot put your personal skills, so you get your occupational skills, things that you're good at for your job, and then your personal interests. You cannot put your personal interest points into your occupational skills that you picked out. That, in fact, is wrong. We found that out, and that's it depends on which book you're using to follow along with us. If you were following along with the Lore Keeper's book, I believe it's on page 36. So that really kind of brings you up to speed on what we've been doing. We haven't done a lot of roles entirely. We've done some investigation roles. The quick turnaround thing here, if you're just tuning in, works a little bit differently than, say, D&D, if that's the one you're familiar with. This works on a 0 to 100 scale, where you're rolling D10s instead of a D20, and you want to get a lower number instead of a higher number. Those are probably the big highlights on the change between those two systems. You can also do better depending upon how well you roll on that like lower number. So if it's a super, super low number, you do really well and you get a bonus for that. And if you roll pretty low, you still get a small bonus for that. Likewise, that transitions into if you botch it, you fumble. You can fumble super hard. You can fumble just a little bit. But yeah, so that was the point of order for our streamers this week. You're welcome.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah. So yeah, that basically you can like your job. You can love your job actually, because we made a joke
to a certain degree. Unlike you know, that's the nice thing about this fantasy world is you can enjoy your job.
So yeah. If anybody, knowing that now, if anybody wanted to change their personal interest skills to boost up some of their occupational skills, go ahead and do that. If that's something you want to do. If you need some time to do that, just go ahead and do that, or you can do it after the session too. Regardless, I think next up we're gonna get a recap from our well-known Marvin Martin.
Yeah. So last time, anybody want to be a guest on the broadcast today?
Other than Dan.
I mean, I could join you again.
Dan, you want to come back on? All right? We got Dan back on the
Yeah,
pod.
what's up? I'm back. I'm back, squad.
Nice. It's always great to have a returning guest on Marvin's Martian Missives. That's right. I came up with a name in the last week.
Oh, you did.
We're inching our way up closer to more and more legitimacy. But last time, some big news happened. After a long period of me just kind of spinning wheels in my apartment and like yelling at the sky, I got a letter informing me that a man had some large something he needed to tell me on his deathbed. It wasn't addressed to me, but I'm assuming that was code. And so I went and I met up with definitely code, right, Dan? I mean, you got the same letter, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was addressed to me, but it's neither here nor there. It's definitely code.
Right. So I went and I met up with a few other interesting characters. Dan, you were there. That's how I met you, right? And
yeah, I got blood puked all over me.
Oh, you did. Yeah, we'll get there for sure. But I also ran into a nice lady named Irene and a very scary man named Leo. And we were bequeathed a box containing truths. That seemed like more code. It seemed like it had to do with like summoning demons and stuff and like devils in the basement of a house, and it all seemed not at all related to extraterrestrials. So I'm assuming that there's some code, and he just wanted to get us to that house to investigate some possible like abductions and stuff, or maybe there's some like alien mind control or something going on. What do you think?
I think it's alien wizard magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's magic from other worlds. Like we have our own magic here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There's magic from other worlds, and it's the same magic but different, right? It's like sibling magics. So like they're different, but I think that's what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I'll definitely have to make some notes, figure some of that out. But
yeah.
We decided to go do some more research at the local library, as one does, and we learned a few other things. What you did most of like some of the reading and translating, Dan.
I mean, I learned about a lost continent called Mu, which was pretty interesting. Apparently, I can kind of speak it a little bit now, or read it, or whatever, to a 5% proficiency. So, hey, that's cool.
Hooray, critical success.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, what else? What else did we learn? We learned about some creepy book, some like super creepy book.
Savor mysterious.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, but
some
we
other
didn't get to
stuff.
go see the book. The damn librarian guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That
you
dude
all
pistol
kind of
whipped the
pistol
guy.
whipped him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The scary man pistol whipped the librarian.
He did.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
we lost
and
someone.
he
Oh,
ran
hold on.
away.
It's
Hold
fine.
on.
Scary
Technical
dude ran
difficulty.
away.
He
He
did
didn't
run
want to
away.
get
Didn't want to get caught.
Nope.
caught. Yeah.
You may notice that we have mixed that around a little bit.
Some
Just
of us.
give us 1 second. Yeah.
Spencer and Leo have switched spots
Yes.
temporarily.
Oh,
But
now
yeah.
we're back in place.
But yeah, Leo pistol whipped that guy, and he still wouldn't let us into the restricted section of the library. So honestly,
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
we're
almost
ever
like
going to
running
convince him
or
to let
something.
us see that book.
And that's kind of where we pick up today. We're going to be picking up with like Leo searching around the library looking for the restricted zone while everybody else is patching up Dr. Henry Armitage after he staunchly refused every single advance you guys had. Yeah, Justin?
You don't have audio.
He can't hear you, Justin.
Well, while Justin's figuring that out, let's
there we go.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Yeah, so actually, I think this is a cool time to note for people who are just tuning in or people who aren't really familiar with Call of Cthulhu. Hit points are at an absolute minimum compared to some of the other tabletop RPGs that are out there, so especially stuff in the World of Darkness and the Wizards of the Coast TTRPGs. So I pistol whipped him, and you actually, I mean, it's actually very true to real life. I broke his nose and knocked him. I gave him a nasty concussion.
Yep.
Almost killed him.
Yeah, he was dying.
Which can happen. You can pistol whip somebody right into the hospital in real life. So, yeah, very, very low hit point game. So taking damage, like a single bullet can kill your character. So
Sure can.
You should be very scared of combat and getting into altercations.
Yeah. And before we kind of pick up from there, let's go ahead and do the get to know you question. Does anybody want to roll a D250? And I'll read off a question for all your characters to answer.
I'll roll it. Somebody else rolled it.
Somebody else did?
I thought I heard somebody roll it.
I got it.
207. Okay.
204. Dalton got 204. He rolled before I did. That's who I heard.
Oh, okay. 204. If you found out today was your last day on Earth, what would you do? What a good question. Wow. All right. Who wants to lead us off with that? What would their character do if they found out today was their last day on Earth?
I mean, Marvel would probably be like one of those guys. He'd write like a billboard. It'd be like last day, repent,
End is nigh.
find your alien masters or whatever. And just go strolling on the streets. He'd be like doing the best he can to get as much info out there in his last moments.
That's perfect. Anybody else have their answer ready?
Leo would do a lot of debauchery and then make sure that he got to church on
Since
time.
I'm playing as me, I'd probably be with
he's a very
Emily.
strict Catholic in the game.
So Leo would be at church doing, just.
Well, he'd do a lot of bad things and then go to church.
Oh, okay. Ask for forgiveness.
Because
Got it.
the confession loophole.
Yeah, he's got to leave time for the Hail Marys.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. And then Dan, were you saying what Dan would do?
What I would do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be with Emily.
Oh.
With my wife.
So Emily
My
exists
wife.
in 1920s too?
My wife. Yeah, look at I screenshotted my character sheet, the backstory. Go ahead and read it.
Oh, backstory, personal description. Just a guy living in a dog-eat-dog world who happens to be wearing milk-bone underwear. All significant people, my newly-wedded wife, Emily. Oh, that's great. That's beautiful. Irene? Butcher, do you know what you...
Go, Irene is I'm sorry, what was the question?
If it
Wow.
was your last day on Earth, sorry, please, Ashley's feeling a little under the weather, so please bear with her a little bit. If it was Irene's last day on Earth, what would she do? I feel like it would be dancing of some sort.
Yes, I knew I had thought about the answer already. Yeah, she'd go dancing all day long, all night long. She'd probably say bye to her parents and be very loving, and her parents would be like, "You okay, sweetie? What's this is weird." And then she'd just be like, "Yeah, I just wanted to let you know I loved you," and then continue to go dance the night away and
Oh,
till she drops dead from a heart attack on the dance floor or whatever it is.
all right, Butcher. What about you?
Well, Butcher is very much a a man who works a lot and doesn't really ask questions there.
Got
But
it.
yeah, something that not a lot of people know is that he had a long lost love that had passed away early in age due to a disease. Um, and she was cremated, and he has her ashes. So he would probably stay true to the promise that he would go out west and spread her ashes.
Oh.
But because he's so busy and concerns himself with kind of forgetting and filling that void, he hasn't gotten to do it yet. He's worked, every day to keep the
lights on.
Yeah, to keep the shop open. So
Ah. Well, nice. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get back into it then. So, the party, I'll go ahead. If you want to switch to the map scene, Dalton, I'll move it to the library. And then, yeah. So currently, we have Leo kind of like investigating around. He hasn't really had much luck finding the restricted zone. In the main library, it's a large campus. So, like, it's not in the main library. It's probably, like, in some sort of storage somewhere on campus, possibly. But the rest of the party, except for Butcher, are currently in the office of Dr. Henry Armitage, who is tied up, bleeding out of his nose, but is now conscious. So what is everyone doing?
Well, I said we just leave this mess and get out of here, and let's go to that house.
Yeah, I think we should skip town.
Yep.
Unless somebody has a way to like make him forget the last hour of his life that doesn't involve hitting him again. We should probably get out of
We
here.
can shoot him.
Leo uncocks the gun. Yeah. Nope. No good ideas there.
Damn.
I'm just saying. I mean, he said without hitting him, he technically would forget. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do or the thing that we could. I'm just saying we could shoot him. Not that saying that we shouldn't or
Yeah.
should.
Well, after this, I don't ever plan on coming back to this town. So
Too much heat.
yeah,
Maybe he'll just let it go if we just walk away.
we could leave a threatening note.
Nah. No
No.
written words.
You could
Anyone got
try.
20?
What
No paper.
if?
No paper trail.
Anyone got like
What
a 20 on him or
if?
something?
I got 20.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just leave him a little note and just say sorry with a 20?
I don't know. Irene had an idea.
Marvin, don't you have like a photography setup? Why don't you take a picture of me with him as like some blackmail,
I love
and
it.
then we just won't. We'll release the picture if he tells anyone, and then his wife ain't gonna be happy.
Oh God.
So
Are you guys
So
are you guys
first,
talking about this in front of him?
he's like barely conscious. I deal in the superior medium of audio, ma'am. The future is audio, not video and photo.
You want to record me making some noises with him?
No.
Oh yeah, let's just record it. You do the and I'll be like, oh my goodness, the professor is having untoward relations.
Get your
with
hands
his
off of her,
student."
you vile scum!
Yeah,
This is
flawless plan.
so
Flawless.
beneath me that I have to outright refuse. I don't do smut. I deal with facts and higher truths.
All right. Well, let's
I climb
let's just go
I climb
before
into
he comes
Armitage's
to or
lap.
somebody walks in the door. Let's just leave.
I climb into Armitage's lap and say, "Well, it's a fact that I'm in this man's lap."
I just leave. I get out of here. I can't deal with any of
I
this.
go with Martin.
Does
Marvin.
anybody want to try to persuade him and try to convince him not to turn you into the police?
I will.
Okay. All right. You go ahead and make a persuade roll.
I feel like he's just gonna pistol.
I'm
whip
actually
me.
going to make an intimidation roll.
Oh, okay. And I gotta make sure I gotta look up to see what that's opposed by. I think it's psychology, but I'll double check. But you can go ahead and make your roll, and I'll make his.
Does he maybe get? I'm reaching. Does he maybe get advantage because he knows that he is unstable enough to actually clock him again?
I don't think there is advantage in this game per se.
There's bonus
There
dice
is.
and penalty
There
dice.
is bonus dice and penalty dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lord Keeper, do I get a bonus dice to my intimidate because I just
You
pistol
have
whipped him?
you know what? I will give you advantage because he is half of his health is gone, and now he's a bit afraid for his life. I will
Okay,
allow that.
so Lord Keeper, how does the system of getting advantage dice work?
Yeah, essentially. So, oh wait, if it's opposed skill checks, I don't think. No, you do get it. Sorry, I was trying to think of what doesn't give you bonus and penalty dice. But yes, opposed skill checks can still get it. Basically, if there's circumstances that either benefit your action or like hurt the other person's action, you can gain in other terms advantage/disadvantage. So normally when you'd be rolling these two dice, you would add on another like tens dice. And if it was bonus, you would choose the higher one, or sorry, the lower one, because that'd be a better roll for you. And if it was a penalty dice, you would choose the higher one, because that's what would hurt you more. And basically, like an easy way to think about this is that if somebody's aiming a gun at Leo, but it's dark outside, so like Leo's trying to like duck behind cover and somebody's trying to aim their gun at him, he might get disadvantage. The person like the gangster trying to shoot Leo might get like a penalty dice because it's dark and it's hard to see him, whereas Leo might get a bonus dice because it's easier for him to hide behind multiple barrels in kind of like the warehouse or something like that. So in this case, we're ruling that Leo's already clocked Dr. Henry Armitage once and took out half his health, so there is a fear instilled with him that he may die, and he doesn't want to die. So let me find out what opposes intimidate.
Dalton, what was that?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to do the system where like you're rolling 2d10 as like the tens place.
Yeah, let me see if this works. Oh, that works. No, that doesn't work. Does that work? Yeah.
Okay. It can be opposed by psychology, so I'm going to see his psychology roll.
Okay, wait, I think I got it. So you roll two of these. and then you roll one of these.
Yeah.
So that would be a 25, which passes.
Is that a normal success or a hard success?
That's a normal success.
Okay, well, that's good. He got an 87 and he did not pass his psychology roll. So he is
Excellent.
thoroughly intimidated and tells you that he will, under no circumstances, as long as you promise him, like, please just leave. I'll sort myself out, and I won't tell a soul. Just don't tell anybody about the book either. Tell no one of De Vermis Mysterious.
All right, we're gonna pretend we weren't here. And he pulls out like $20, which is a fair sum of money at this time.
Yeah.
And he goes, for the doctor bill. And then he walks away.
All right. Is the whole party leaving then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, what do you guys do now?
Walk briskly to the car.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are able to get in your car just fine. He's tied up. It's 1923. So like it's not like
he's tied up. I untie him.
you untie him? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He locks the door as you leave.
Fair enough.
Oh, cool. Yeah, but you guys are able to get in your car just fine. I mean, like any sort of like police work or investigating takes a considerable. I would imagine a longer time than it would be nowadays if you to report something and everything. So. But yeah,
Cop ass. I mean, do they had telephones, but like, would they send like a telegram or something?
I mean, yeah, he could place a call, but you guys worked out a deal.
Sweet. So I think we should head to the that place, that house.
The farmhouse? Yeah.
Did I finish reading the journal?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I believe so.
Yeah, because we covered. Remember, you lost some sanity, but you gained some mythos from reading it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
We went through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You actually have Cthulhu mythos now.
Yeah, I think it was only 1%, but still 1%. So you guys are. So everybody's heading to the farmhouse now. You guys know that you must pass through like a small village called Ross's Corners, a hamlet located a few miles west of Arkham. And since Leo has a car, you're just gonna drive straight there. Let's see here. Yeah. So,
Game Master, do I need to make a drive? Do I need to make a drive auto check?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
is that a fail?
That is a fail.
Okay. Well, here's Ashley, your mic's up. So here's what happens. So
You could push your roll. He could push his roll.
yeah, you could push it.
Yeah, this is a good time to do that.
But then don't we get like an accident or something?
Well, here's basically me and Justin. Now that he's pushing the roll, we have to agree on what the successful and like what the success would be compared to what the punishment would be, or the negative consequences would be.
All right, so I'm gunning it. I'm like redlining out of town. That's what we'll say I'm doing. Like,
yeah,
pedal to the floor, just gunning it.
So I'm gonna say, if you succeed, you're able to get there like same day, actually, like in the afternoon. But if you fail, you get pulled over by the cops because you're speeding.
Jeez. All right. No!
Oh, so
Got
you're
pulled over.
you're heading out of town. The lights go on. Whoop, whoop.
All
Are
right,
you
everybody
pulling
be
over?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, lights go on. It's
Yeah, I'll
act-
pull over.
Let me do the talking, Leo.
All right.
So you guys pull over. It's Leo, Irene, Dan, and Marvin all in this car together. Is Irene still riding shotgun currently? Okay,
Yes.
cool. So if you guys look at your screen, it's kind of like a dirt road like this. Like you're heading out of town. It's like maybe 2 or 3 p.m. right now because you guys got to the library and we're doing all the Dr. Henry Armitage stuff in the morning, and the cops pull you over. And they, it's actually just one cop who like gets out of his car, kind of walks up, and he goes, he like leans on the car. Is your window already rolled down, Leo?
Yeah. The window's down.
So, where are you off to in such a hurry?
Oh, well,
Excuse me,
I'm
sir.
escorting this young lady home.
Hi there. My name's Irene. Unfortunately, my grandfather is on his deathbed, and we are trying to get there before he passes.
Oh my! What?
Can I charm him?
Yeah. Go ahead. So you're doing a charm. I'll just let you do a charm. I won't make this in a pose. I'll just see how good your charm skill is.
Nice.
That's like an extreme success.
Extreme success, you say? Okay. The officer like gets up really quickly and kind of like straightens up and he goes, "Whoa, I'm so sorry. Don't let me hold you up. Go. I'll tell my boys that to let you by."
Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate it. And I kind of give him like a little air kiss. I don't know.
Nice.
He catches it in air, yeah. Perfect, yeah. And he let you go. It was an extreme success. So you guys are fine.
All right. That's a close one, boys. I got a Lewis gun in the trunk and a stash of booze. Close.
All right, perfect. You guys are
So for those of you who don't know what a Lewis gun is in this, that's like a military grade machine gun. It stands on a tripod. It's got a huge drum magazine to go with it. It's like one of those guns from Aliens.
Oh my gosh.
Walking around like that. Yeah. That's the equivalent of what I have in my trunk, along with a super illegal Tommy gun and a stash of booze.
Perfect.
All
Well,
the contraband.
You guys were speeding and kind of like driving a little scary. The cops obviously have let you off, and he's going to tell the other policemen who are out and about right now to kind of let you go. But I think somebody might be following in the distance. Christian, is Mr. Butcher Blevins kind of following the scene?
Yeah, he is. And now trying to keep his distance to not make it obvious, but following along the bends and the turns.
Yeah.
Butcher has the same lead that they do on this investigation, and has noticed for some time, obviously getting stopped by the police and everything, a bit suspect, and wants to see why they are headed in the same direction.
Yeah, I like to think the SEU reached out to you, Butcher, and was like, "Hey, Marvin, sorry, not Marvin, Rupert Merriweather. Rupert, he used to be a part of the SEU, but he split off and did some wacky stuff. So they maybe let you know that he was sending out some letters on his deathbed, and was calling some people to him, and they wanted you to kind of follow and find out more about what's kind of going on. And maybe you've been kind of like scoping them out for a little bit, but now they're acting more and more suspicious. So maybe you don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be fair to say that, the society is concerned that this may unravel into something that could devastate the entire town or worse?
Oh,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So it definitely, we're looking into it and trying to make sure that whoever is messing with this doesn't cause a cataclysmic event.
Yeah. So following the distance, I want let's see here. I'm gonna have you do a drive auto roll, and I'm gonna, since you're trying to like follow them but like be like sneaky about it, I'm gonna have you do a drive auto. I'm gonna have whoever in the rest of the party has the lowest spot hidden. I'm gonna have you do a spot hidden roll to see if you spot Mr. Butcher Blevins' car giving chase.
Oh
Oh,
god.
the lowest.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I don't know who
Just
that would be. My spot
50.
hidden's 60. Mine's good.
I don't
Mine's
think that
50,
is-
also good.
All right.
Mine is 25. I have a base. I didn't put any points into
Mine
it.
is also a base 25.
Okay, so Dan or Marvin, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll.
Who's
You wanna
feeling
do it?
like
Go for it, Dan.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Nope.
So that's a fail. So how this works, in the event of a tie, how it works is that we go to the skill value of each. So essentially, since both failed, and like in Call of Cthulhu, it's by successes, not higher numbers and stuff like that. Both fail, we go to, in the case of draw, the side with the higher skill value wins. So Christian, what is Butcher's drive auto skill?
Let's see. It's just 20%. So, how's that work again? Because I didn't
So-
put anything into it.
No, that's okay. So it's just at that base 20%. So you would have had to roll 20% or higher to get a success level.
Yeah.
Whereas Dan's is at 25% because it's also at its base. So technically, Dan has the higher skill value. So Dan spots Butcher or spots a car seemingly trailing them into Ross's Corners, into the town. So whether he wants to reveal that information or not is up to him.
Yeah, so I say, hey, I usually don't do this kind of thing, so I might just be seeing stuff. This might be in my head, but this car's been kind of following us for a couple turns there, Quinn.
Huh. All right.
Is it the Men in Black?
Quitting.
Is he wearing a suit?
Quinn is.
No, the man following us. Can you see in the car? I can't see that far.
He's
Oh,
wearing whatever Christian says he's wearing.
It might be hard to see what he's wearing right now from the car, so you might have to wait till he gets out.
Oh yeah, I can't tell. I'm just I'm staring at the car. There's a car and it's there.
Let
It's
me know
following
if
us.
he's wearing a suit.
We had a run in with the cops. Maybe it's some nosy detective. Let's see if we can't shake him in town.
Shake
and
him. We're in
speaking
a
of town-
cornfield.
I know we're in a cornfield right now. We're gonna get to town and see if we can't like go through a couple alleyways slowly and just lose him.
I thought we were
So-
going to like a farmhouse where there's like just fucking nothing around us.
Oh wait, so maybe I'm confused. Lord Keeper, where are we going? Are we going to like a small town, or are we going to?
Yeah. So basically, like, you didn't get directions to the farmhouse. You just know that it's near Ross's Corners. So you know what I would imagine that you guys are doing are driving to Ross's Corners, and then probably have to get directions to the farmhouse from there. So
Didn't we have a map? Wait, I thought I had a map.
you do.
Hold on. I thought you gave me a map.
I didn't give you a map.
You have a map of the area, but I don't know that you had a map that pointed out where this specific property.
Oh,
Was.
yep. Okay. I thought I had a map. My bad.
No, that's okay. So basically, yeah, as you kind of drive in, Ross's Corners is kind of, like you said, out in the middle of nowhere. So it's just like farm property surrounding. In fact, as you driving in, it says like, welcome to Ross's Corners population, and it has like 40 next to it.
No, we're not going to be able to lose him.
basically, as you drive in, you notice it consists of a few tired buildings and homes. There's like kind of like a roundabout like center of town. There's a church, a combination general store, post office, gas station, milk depot, and like that's it. That's like all of the center of town. From there, it just kind of branches off. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with kind of like country property, but basically it's like you usually get like a small town center, and then you take roads out, and then it's just like splits off, and there's like large patches of land. So,
is the post office still open?
Yeah, it definitely is.
All right.
Just to let you guys know, how we'll probably roleplay this out. Well, you guys do what you want, but I would imagine that most of you might have to get supplies to go to the farmhouse. I would imagine like Irene probably doesn't carry. I don't know what she's going to take to the farmhouse, but I would imagine she doesn't carry with her like a handgun and like rope and like a
She
backpack.
does carry a handgun. Thank you very much.
Okay, she carries a handgun, but does she
That's
carry
all
like
she carries.
like rope and a shovel or whatever you need? Okay.
No.
So like if you want to pick up stuff, there's the general store here too. But you were saying you wanted to go to the post house, Leo?
Yeah. I mean, I can drop people. I can pull up in front of the general store.
I would like to go to the general store, please.
All right, I'm gonna drop you guys off. I'm gonna drop yous off at the general store, and then head over to the post office. See if we can't get the address. I figure they'll know best.
Yeah,
with the letter carrying and such.
Sure. Yeah. So Leo's gonna go to the post office, and we'll roleplay that out. What is everybody else kind of doing?
I want to buy a gun.
A gun? Okay. All right. To the general store, Dan.
So everybody else is going to the general store except Leo.
Exactly.
So having followed them into town and seeing them split up,
Yeah.
Butcher is going to try and intercept Leo while he's alone.
Ooh.
Rough
Okay.
him up and trying to get information from him.
Rough him up.
Yes. Try to rough up Leo. I'm very excited about this.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So we'll pick up the general store scene here in just a second. Let's go ahead. I'm changing it to a town scene. So let's go ahead and kind of so like Leo, you're like starting to like walk up to the post office, and Butcher, are you trying to hide? Are you trying to sneak up on him, or are you trying to just like casually like walk up? How are you doing this?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, he doesn't. Even if they saw my car, right? I don't know necessarily that he even knows that I'm the one specifically trailing them, right?
Correct, because they did not see you through the windows.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know that, but I'm just thinking, well, if they saw my car, most likely they couldn't see my face, like with us driving and stuff. So my idea is just to kind of follow like I'm a normal citizen behind them and just grab them to the side and be like, what are you doing here? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just falling behind.
I'm gonna say you're gonna have to do like a hidden roll. And Leo, why don't you do a spot hidden then?
Nice. Alrighty.
That would be stealth. Sorry, the roll is stealth for you.
It's
Butcher.
spot hidden for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. Spot hidden. Alright. God.
All right. What's your success levels, guys?
I failed.
All right, Christian.
So mine is sorry. Just to make sure I understand this.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Mine is 20%.
Okay.
So 20% of 100 would be 20, so that would be the success, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Under that. So I guess I would just be this would be a failure, regular failure.
Correct. Yeah, because you would have to roll 20 or better, or lower, I should say. So now we go
spot hidden 60.
60. And what's your stealth, Butcher? which is 20. It's 20, right?
Yeah, it's just 20. Yeah.
So that means Leo has the higher skill level. So that means he wins it because both of you hit failure.
I'm not spec'd into that at all. I just thought this would be fun.
yeah, no, that's good. This is good. This is perfect. So yeah, Leo, like maybe you get up to like the post office store, you're about to grab the handle, and you notice like somebody moving behind you, and you like turn around and spot him. Because it is daylight too, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it off like I didn't.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna walk into the post office.
It like has like a little bell, like bling.
Bing bing.
Yeah. And you see the guy, he's like the guy behind the counter, he's like looking down, he's like maybe like putting together like a letter or something. He goes, "Hi, welcome in, how can I Hi.
Hey buddy. I need an address from you, if you don't mind, please. I need maybe directions if you can point me in the right way. I'd be most grateful.
Directions?
If you could direct me to the location of out of character. Wait, forget the name of the.
It's
Farm.
just a farmhouse. So you could say like Rupert Merriweather's farmhouse or something like that.
Rupert Merriweather's farmhouse.
Rupert
Seems to have
Merriweather's
gotten a little
farmhouse?
turned around on these country roads.
Ugh. He kind of like rolls his eyes at you and he goes. He crosses his arms and he looks at you and he goes, "Well, what if I don't feel like telling you the information?"
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'd be most willing to compensate you for your time. And I pull out a $10 bill and I put it on the and $10 is like a fair amount of money because I think like $50 is. I mean, it's like a massive sum of money. So that's $10 is serious cash.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's bribery. Would that be a charm thing?
Yeah, I don't know how you want to do that. My credit rating is high.
Yeah, you know what?
Persuade. It might be charm. I don't know.
I'll allow you to do charm or credit.
Oh yeah, I want to roll my credit then.
Okay, all right.
That's way better.
Yeah. Oh man. And Christian, Butcher can enter in at any time. You just feel free.
Not one roll the entire game.
You
Push it.
you try to put a 10 down, but like he looks at you. He might think that this is fake money. Like looking at like
push it, and I'm gonna put down another $10 bill.
Okay, if you fail this, he's gonna think that these are counterfeit. If you succeed, he'll start helping you out.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Ooh.
All right. He looks down. He like looks up at you. Then you slap the other 10 down, and he goes, and he grabs it, and he goes, "All right, yeah. If you're looking for the farmhouse, it's just take Boone Road. Boone Road runs just north of town, and then you turn left. Maybe about 2 miles. Yeah. You'll see the path. It comes down to like an old lightning damaged tree. That's how you know you're at the right farmhouse. Nobody's been there for years."
Okay. Damaged Boone Road. Where's I thought there was a section for making notes here. Roll 20.
So why is this happening? Butcher is planning on surprising him when he comes out the door.
Okay.
And trying to grab him.
Yeah.
So how am I able? Is the doorway like? Is there? Does it come out a little bit so he could be tucked kind of back behind the doorway, or is it just totally flush with the entire front of the post office?
Yeah, I like to think it's flush, but what you could do is like maybe like there's like a brick part and stuff, like, you know, it probably has open windows, but there's like a brick side of the building, and it's just like one singular building. So like the door is probably on like one of the sides, and you could kind of like hide around the corner and prepare from right there.
Okay.
So what we might do then is when we get to there, since you're trying to like grab him. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Probably do a fighting brawl against his dodge, and I'll give you advantage because you're preparing and like hiding for it.
Or
I mean, I know
You
he's
don't like
there.
that?
he
Oh,
does
you
know.
do.
He does.
Never mind,
notice
yes.
that, so
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
does.
absolutely know he's there.
So then, yeah. So just never mind. You're right. We'll just keep it at that flat then. Okay. So, but yeah, the post office guy, he tells you that stuff.
Awesome. Hey, there isn't a back way out, is there?
Oh, yeah, but I'm gonna need another 10 if you want to do that.
Okay.
You slap
God,
another
money
10.
is so useful in this game.
So I'll just keep your same credit roll. You slap another 10, he takes it, and he shows you out the back door. But he watches you. The thing you notice, he watches you the entire time. He
Yeah, that's fine.
makes sure like
I
you're
leave
not
out
pulling...
the back door, all safe and sound, all legit.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So
I leave normal.
Do I see him in the distance?
I don't.
No, you're
well,
around the corner. You don't see shit.
I don't.
Well,
think
where's
so.
the back door at? Okay.
It's like behind the building. So we're gonna
Yeah,
pick.
I
back
know
up.
you're there. I'm going out the back door. That's why I played it off. I do crime for a living.
So we're gonna pick back up here in a second. Let's go to the general store with is it Irene, Marvin, and Dan who are at the general store?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me put your tokens on the map. And yeah. Okay, there you guys are. You're right outside the general store.
The whole time after they got the car and like walking up, Marvin like looks very nervous, like he's keep looking over his shoulder because he thinks he's being watched. He thinks he's being followed by the definitely real secret government organization that's trying to shut down his broadcast.
Perfect. That's beautiful.
But he doesn't really need anything from the general store, so he's just kind of like along for the ride.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna grab a. Go ahead, Ashley.
Sorry, Irene was gonna see if there was any sort of since booze isn't a thing, kerosene, lighter fluid, anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Flammable.
So you kind of like bring open the door, and you hear like a voice in the background like, "Well, hi! It's a pleasure to welcome you in. Welcome to Mars General Store." Oh, y'all not from around here, huh?
No, is that a problem?
No, just have a look around. And she kind of goes back behind her desk and starts doing stuff. Like she like came out front of her desk and started greeting you, noticed you, and then was like, "Yeah, it says that," and kind of goes back and starts doing something behind her desk.
Do you have kerosene, lighter fluid, anything of that sort? We're gonna fix and have a barbecue.
Out here. Okay, all right. That it's the third aisle on your left.
Two
And then
normal
I walk
folks.
up and I'd be like, I just want to say, hi, I'd like to inquire about purchasing a firearm.
Good. Well, what kind of gun are you looking for?
Just like a handgun, maybe like a 45 or whatever the handgun chart says I can get reasonably with my credit rating.
Are you able to control your token, by the way, Dan?
Well, let me find my token.
Okay.
Oh, there.
It should be at the south end of the map.
It's outside.
Yeah,
There we are.
Okay. Ma goes, well, sure. I can get you a handgun. That's a little suspicious to be buying a gun for a. Ma'am, you said barbecue.
I don't know that person. I'm on my
so you
doing
walk
my
in
own
together,
thing.
but you don't know each other.
I'm just trying to do a barbecue.
All right.
I was just planning on teaching my boy how to shoot.
You have a son? Your son's in the car then, I'm guessing?
He's back home. We came about 5 minutes down the road.
Okay. Dan, do you want to give me deception isn't a skill check, right? So probably fast talk.
Fast talk.
Yeah, fast talk.
Fast talk. My fast talk is 60, and I rolled a 40.
Woo! She goes, "Oh well, it's never too young to start teaching your boy how to shoot and take care of him, take care of the family. Yeah, let's get a good gun for him."
Yes, ma'am. I definitely agree. Family values and whatnot. Mm-mm.
So she starts getting a gun out and starts taking. She like all of a sudden like sprites up. She gets all excited and she starts picking a gun out for you. So you can go ahead. Ashley, you can add kerosene to your inventory, as well as Dan. You can add a firearm, as well as like whatever like kind of general store items that you guys would need.
They have bottles, jars.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you can like pour it into the bottles and such if you want.
Uh-huh. And what about fabric?
Yeah, they have all those items not together.
Cool. I would like to purchase those 3 things,
Okay,
and I would like to assemble some Molotov cocktails.
sounds good. Sounds like we're gonna have
in
to
the
go.
store.
Yeah, not in the store.
No, outside the farmhouse when we get there.
I feel like we need a lamp or like a lantern, so I want a lantern.
Yeah.
You can absolutely, and all the prices for this stuff are on pages 396 through like 400 in the Keeper's Handbook.
Obviously, you don't.
Sure,
really
money.
want-
I'm totally going to keep track of that.
Yeah, we.
Well, that's the nice
part.
thing. Actually, that's
Yeah.
the nice thing about this. So if you look at the credit rating and the way that this is supposed to work, you have like X amount of money that you can kind of generally spend in a given action without having to like dip into any sort of having to go to the bank or anything like that.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, that's addressed in like the credit section back in the character creation portion, in chapter like 3 or 4 or whatever it is.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, excuse me. Ma Peters turns to you, Dan, and goes, "Well, where are you, boy? Where are you and your boy? What brings you to Ross's Corners? I've never seen you around here."
Oh, we're new in town. We're new in town, just checking out. Moved on up down the street. We just acquired a property. We're trying to find it right now. It's I believe an old man named Rupert Merriweather used to live there.
You bought Mr. Merriweather's old farmhouse?
Well, it's a bit of a complicated situation, but I have acquired it now. Yes.
Oh man, he's owned it for years and done nothing with it. Everybody in town has been wondering what would become of the old property. You know, I'm not sure if you talk to anybody else, but most people think that it's haunted.
Haunted, you say? Oh boy. Well, I'd love if you told me more about that. I certainly don't want any danger for my boy.
Well, I don't believe in any of that nonsense, but you know what young schoolboys make up when somebody hasn't been to that old farmhouse in years.
Anyone who's not a young schoolboy got any stories? I kind of love hearing haunted stories myself. I would love to get some inspiration to spook my young son when he's not being well behaved.
Well, you might not need too much inspiration. If you talk to most of the locals, we're all a little bit scared. Miss Maggie McFurter went out after dark not too long ago, and she disappeared. She hasn't been seen since.
Oh my gosh, how long ago was that?
Few days. She went out to check on her horses. Husband's scared. Don't know what happened to her.
Oh my gosh, has the sheriff or anything, like have they found her, or they've been looking? Or...
Oh, Paul Peters, my husband? Yeah, he's
Oh,
been,
is your husband? Okay.
yeah, he's been searching all over the place, but no leads to turn up yet.
So you're Mrs. Peters, I take it?
That's right, Ma Peters is what everybody calls me.
Well, Ma Peters, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm gonna go get my boy before it gets too late. And it was a pleasure. Thank you for the gracious welcome to this town, and I hope to see you again soon.
Of course. Do you know where you're going? Do you know where that old farmhouse is?
I actually don't. If you wouldn't mind pointing the way.
Yeah, and she gives you the same directions that Leo got earlier, which is like basically taking Boone Road, like north out of town, turn left turn left down a path that goes about 2 miles, and then it comes out to an old lightning damaged tree that stands by the roadside, and that's how you know where the farmhouse is. So.
Cool.
Yeah, but be careful with your boy out there, coyotes and such, and sometimes we get a few bears.
Oh yeah, and I bought a .45 revolver.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Were you going to get anything else, will you? If you are, you can just go ahead and get it. So. Lantern, that's right. Cool.
And I'm just gonna take some of Ashley's kerosene.
Ooh, perfect. All right. So
I'm just doing it. Thanks. Bye. I'll give you here's a dollar, Ashley.
Here's a
Here's a dollar, Irene.
You bought a revolver to go hunting? That was your story?
Show my boy how to shoot.
Yeah, showing his boy how to shoot.
Especially for smaller animals. Hunting with revolvers is not super uncommon.
So in total, it's probably been about I don't know, a half an hour since you guys got into town. I'm not sure if Leo was heading back to the car, but where everybody else is going. Butcher, you are waiting around this corner for a while, and now a suspicious amount of time has passed, and you're a little bit curious. What do you want to do now?
So I wanna look through the windows to see if I can see if Leo's still in the post office.
You just see the post office man just once again just licking letters and sealing them up all by himself.
All right. In that case, Butcher is going to enter and question the postman about why why Leo came in.
Yeah. Before he looks up, he goes, "Andy, if you need another letter sent out to that girl." Oh, hi. Can I help you?
Yeah. There was a man in here earlier. He kind of looked like he so long. What does he have on?
Yeah, Justin, can you describe Leo, what he wears and such?
It's a Leo is wearing a cashmere dress suit. It's dark blue. He has a linen shirt on with a red silk tie, and it's all black, and he's got a black hat.
Okay, perfect. So you describe that to the post office guy, and he looks you straight in the eye and he goes, "Haven't seen a man like that in my entire life."
Well, that's odd, because I saw him come in here. What's the deal? You know him? I need to know why he came in here. And I flash him this identification that I'm a part of the SEU or whatever.
Your right. Secret police identification?
Christian, do you want to do a charm, an intimidate, or a luck roll? I'll let you choose.
I don't know.
Luck it out.
I guess we could do. Wait, where is luck on here? I don't even see.
Luck's up in your characteristics at the very top of your character. In between magic points and sanity.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna have to
pick whichever's highest.
Here, right?
Yeah, honestly, I would go luck and just hope that this guy is also a member.
A part of the SEU.
Yeah. That's
Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained.
Okay. Bring this up. All right, I failed.
Oh, okay. He goes. He looks at the ID and he looks at you and he goes, "What in the world is that?"
Have you not heard of the SEU?
No. Is that what is it? Is that some fancy organization back in town?
Well, listen, bud. I don't want to scare you. There are things that are better left unknown by most people. But let me tell you, I've seen things that, man, I I don't wish any man to be able to see in their lifetime. But it is important to your safety and the safety of everybody else in this town that I know what that man was coming in here for. I feel that they're in, well, some deep shit. And it's about to get deeper.
All right. Do you want to try a charm roll or persuade?
You know, let's go with persuasion here.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm very charming because I'm kind of a hideous big old man. Even though my persuades worse. It's okay. I get a good roll here. No, I fail.
Oh, you failed. That was a 23 too. That was close.
What's your persuade?
It's only 10%.
What was your charm?
I'm not built for this.
Yeah, so basically he looks at you back again and he goes, you're starting to scare the customers. There's no one else in the store. Can you please leave?
He walks out. Slams the door.
So clearly Butcher's trying to catch up with the party and just not having a good time. But like, how did you guys park near each other? It's a small town. Like, Butcher, where did you park your car and everything?
Yeah, I parked it around the block. I didn't want to park it in line of sight because of, not being much traffic. They probably saw my car coming in, so trying to hide away a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so coming out, I mean, I'm at this point, I generally saw that they were splitting up, but I was focused on Leo, so I don't know exactly where the other three went.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of looking around at this point.
Okay, it's very easy because it's a very open plaza, so you can see the general store and probably their car just by walking out. But Leo, you've exited the back of the store. The whole party, you've exited probably the general store. What is everybody doing at this point in time? I would imagine it's like Butcher can probably see like you guys leaving the general store, but however you guys kind of want to play this out.
Kind of waiting on Leo to pick us up.
I imagine I'm by the trunk of the car. I'm kind of talking to Marvin Martin. And I'm like, hey, Martin, you ever make Molotov cocktails before?
No, I don't drink.
Well played.
Never mind. And I just start trying to make them myself.
In the parking lot of the general store?
Is Leo back yet?
Is Leo back yet?
Yeah, Leo's back.
Leo, do you know how to make a Molotov cocktail, buddy?
Yeah. Step 1 is don't do it in public.
Oh, okay. Let me just put this in your trunk then.
Yeah. All right, everything in the trunk. Look, we gotta go. We got company.
Yeah,
I don't know who this is.
Hurry everybody into the car. Irene, where are you getting this idea of a Molotov cocktail from? I'm curious. Like, was it like from a book you read? Like, you're just a dandy. Where are you getting anarchist terrorist strategies from?
It's a great question. I imagine I saw it on no, there wasn't TV yet.
Magazine? Saw it in magazine.
I saw it in a magazine for people describing how they fought in World War One. It was the World War One interview. That's what it was.
Pretty sure Molotov cocktails didn't become popularized until World War II in the Battle of Stalingrad, but that's neither here nor there.
Realistically, it's because they used Molotov cocktails in Stranger Things season 4, which I just finished last night.
Oh,
So
don't.
how did Irene do it? I don't know.
It's totally canon. Irene just knows. Irene was gifted the Cthulhu mythos. It's the Cthulhu mythos, and part of the mythos is Molotov cocktails. It's like the little bit that leaked through.
Yep. I'm just glad that she knows that she can't buy alcohol in like a general store, so she bought kerosene for it. So
Or hey, I mean, it's 19 whatever. Irene's a smart enough girl that to figure out that if she lights alcohol or kerosene on fire and throws it at something, it's gonna do some damage. You know, she's a smart girl. Let's just say she invented it herself.
there we go. She is the inventor of Molotov cocktails. There we go.
Yeah,
Maybe it's running.
you fine with that, Irene?
Yeah, this was 1939. You're right. It was World War II. Oh no.
Alternate
That's okay.
history a little bit, right?
Look, you know, kerosene lights on fire. You light the thing on. The fire spreads when the glass breaks.
Right?
You.
I didn't think it was that
you-
wild of an idea that it wouldn't exist in the 20s. But apparently, people
So
didn't do that.
so Leo gets back to the car, kind of rushing everybody to get in. Butcher, you see them kind of starting to get into the car. What do you do?
I'm gonna attempt, seeing that they're about to pull away.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to just run back to my car,
Yeah.
to Butcher's car,
And tail them again?
and try and not lose them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys are tailing each other. Let's do it. Let's see here. I'm gonna look up some I don't know.
Bump them off the road.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to chase.
Oh,
I'm
bad.
gonna see chase rules. Okay, so this is decide whether fleeing characters / vehicles are heading in the same direction or splitting up. If splitting up, decide which pursuers are chasing which characters / vehicles. Let's see multiple groups. Let's see. All participants make a skill roll. Con if on foot or drive auto for vehicles. If passed, movement remains unchanged. If extreme success, movement +1. If failed, movement -1. All right, so I think I just have to set up how far away I think you guys are from each other, and then we kind of keep track of like how close everybody is with it. Yes, that's how we do it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna say Butcher is probably 2 movement away from you guys. Like, you guys start peeling out, he runs to his car, gets in, and starts chasing you guys. So he's about 2 movement away. So I'm gonna say that if I think how the rules work is that if you guys, let's see, speed greater.
So vehicle movement charts are on page 416. It kind of depends what kind of car Butcher is driving.
Okay. Well, how about this? Let's take a quick break while we consult the rules, and we'll come back and kind of pursue this car chase scene. Sound good, everyone?
That seems right.
Okay, cool. We'll be right back with this exciting car chase scene here in just a little bit. Welcome back, everyone, to the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. We are playing Call of Cthulhu. I'm what's known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore, Spencer, and I'm joined by my investigators, Dalton.
Hi, I'm Dalton. As my nameplate suggests, I'm playing M. Marvin Martin, the radio engineer.
And then we have Dan.
What's up, everyone? I'm Dan. I'm playing as myself. I write ad copy, and I'm doing the same in this. And also, you are not the Arcane Lorekeeper. If you remember from Session 0, your name is Babe.
I was waiting for that to come back.
So we will be referring to you as Babe.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Babe.
We have Justin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Justin. I'm playing Leo Quinn, the gangster.
Ashley.
Hey, my name's Ashley. Pronouns are she, her. Playing Irene Whitmore. Pronouns also she, her. A flapper girl from the 1920s who lives off of her parents' money.
And Christian.
My name's Christian, and I'm playing Butcher Blevins.
And where we last let off is that Butcher is trying to join up with the party because he was sent from the Society of the Explanation of the Unexplained to like go and track down these buffoons who seem to be getting themselves into something way over their heads. But Leo caught wise to his antics and has decided to drive away from him to the farmhouse. Butcher in hot pursuit. So we are actually, during the break, the reason why it took a little bit longer is because we were brushing up on the chase rules. So on the map in Dalton, if you scroll down below the road, I actually have a little setup for our very crudely set up the map of what we're doing. Basically, in Call of Cthulhu, you kind of set up a chase scene, and depending on successes or extreme successes or fails, you kind of like get closer and closer to a location or further away from your pursuer. And so that's essentially what we're going to be doing. We've looked up stats. Leo is driving a deluxe car, whereas a Butcher is the pickup truck, or is it the standard car?
Pickup truck.
Pickup truck? All right, Butcher is in a pickup truck chasing them down.
Real talk. Does Butcher have like an animal carcass in the pickup truck, bed of the pickup truck, since he's a butcher?
Oh yeah, it's definitely not clean.
So I am adding you guys in to the turn order and everything. And Justin, feel free to stop me at any point in time. But this is how I was kind of putting it together. So essentially, the first thing you got to determine is just kind of like the amount of distance between the two people. If there's any obstacles in the way, which it's a country road, I'm saying no, there's no obstacles. It's supposed to be clear. Because they're roads, even though they are in the country. And I was going to say that Leo, because he started taking off before Butcher could get back to his car, probably about 2 movement ahead of where Butcher is at. And how order is determined in Call of Cthulhu is by dex. So, let me double check. It's not by your drive auto skill in cars, right? It's just based on dex, if I get this correctly.
Your drive auto skill is related to any hazards that may pop up.
Okay.
So like realistically speaking, the lore keeper could have, like a deer pop out of nowhere along the road, and we'd have to dodge that.
Yeah.
Or plow through it, depending upon what you want to do. There's also rules for if you're driving kind of recklessly, like if you are going full throttle, pedal to the floor, and so there's penalties to your spot hidden, which may affect getting out of the way of stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to get that in depth in this chase, but the lore keeper does have a lot of options at their disposal to really kind of add a lot of spice to the chase.
And that's what's really cool about Call of Cthulhu is that, like, as you kind of dive more and more, there's a lot of rules to a lot of different, like, situations, especially reflecting real life. This is just the chase rules. We're using cars for this, but there's on-foot chase rules as well, which is pretty cool. So, Justin and Christian, can you tell me your character's dex values so we can determine who goes first?
Yeah. My character's dex value is 70.
70. Cool.
Mine's 50. So.
And 50. Perfect. Okay. So that means Leo is going first. And how we're determining this, as stated by the rules for chase rules on page 414 of the Keeper Handbook, if you pass your skill roll, your movement is unchanged. If you get an extreme success, your movement is +1, and if you fail, it's a -1. So, let's go ahead and start it out. So, Leo, can you give me a drive auto roll?
Yes. And boop, boop, boop. Sorry, there it is. There's where I need to roll. Oop, that's not going to do it because I need to format the commander up properly.
Oh. Oh!
Ooh, that is an extreme success.
So with that, you move one movement forward, closer to the farmhouse that's over here on the right side. So
Awesome.
you may have failed a lot of the other rolls, but you nailed that one. So
Sweet.
so
that is actually succeeding this time.
yeah. Oh yeah. To everybody else, make sure you're marking down if you succeeded in any skill rolls today, that you're checking those boxes to make sure we can do at the end of the session if you increase those skills checks or not. So, Christian, go ahead and make your drive auto roll.
Okay, that's definitely a fail.
Uh-oh, so we'll put you one thing behind. I'll go ahead and draw that out while we go back to...
Succeeded once today.
Your clutch got stuck.
So
You got a sticky clutch.
He's just bad at everything.
he
It's
falls
okay.
further behind. He doesn't just stay in place.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the thing. If you fail, it's -1 to movement. So...
Oh, I'm gonna lose him.
Are there rules for like at what point, like how far behind does Butcher get that like he just can't catch up? Like he doesn't know where we're going.
Yeah, just loses.
It says, let's see here. I'll look that up. Let's keep doing the rolls. I think it's 2 locations behind.
He already is.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, there's like one road that we're on. If we get to that tree, we might be able to lose them, but you know, my car's loud, so maybe not. Roleplay wise, this is a Studebaker pick 6, so this is a massive engine, and a fairly large car. The big 6 Studebaker Speedster.
How like rough are you driving, Leo? Are you like whipping around corners?
Oh, normal, actually. Normal. Yeah. You know, I'm not gunning it just yet because we don't need to. The car is pretty fast on its own.
Okay.
There are rules though for gunning it. There you can go kind of like +1 gunning it or like full gunning it. You know. In which case there's you either suffer for 1 or 2 penalty dice depending upon how like close to redlining it you want to go.
So,
but right now we're not doing any. I'm not suffering any penalty dice.
I don't see any specific guidelines for like whether somebody wins or like, you know, escapes or leaves. So what I'm going to determine, because it's a small town, I'm just going to say that you guys, depending on how quickly you get to the farmhouse compared to Butcher, then it will just be like a little bit before he catches up to you guys. Because he is
That's okay.
He's a player character too, so essentially we'll have it just depending on how quickly you guys get there will determine whether or not when Butcher gets there as well. So Justin, did you go ahead and roll your drive auto?
Roll it again?
Yeah.
I believe that's another success for me.
All right.
Checking that. Yep. That is another success.
All right.
That's just a regular success this time, though.
Yeah. Movement is unchanged. So. All right. Let's go to Butcher.
That's another fail.
That's another fail. All right. At this point in time, we might just say, like,
Am I there?
to be fair, like every check I've done today, I'm not expected to. So it's expected.
Yeah. I'm just yeah. So Leo, you can go ahead and do one last check, but Butcher's like way behind at this point in time.
Oh, and that's a I got less than half, so that's a great
Hard
success.
success.
Hard success.
Which the rules doesn't have anything for a hard success. So I'm just gonna say at this point in time, you're so far ahead that like it's gonna take Butcher a little bit to get there. So
Cool. Are we at the farmhouse now?
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and transition to the farmhouse.
Sweet. I'm gonna
All
bust out of the. I'm gonna bust out of the farm. I'm gonna pop out. Hit the e brake, put it in, put it, come to a screeching stop, put it in park, hit the e brake, and I'm headed to the trunk. Just get the strap. Yeah, and I pop out the Lewis gun out of the trunk. I toss the Tommy gun. I toss the oh yeah, because it's still in the. I toss the guitar case over to Dan. Like, hey, big boy, I got something for you. Open it up. It's a surprise, eh?
I open it and I see that it's a gun, and I go, "Oh yeah, I'm not so good with these. I actually picked a little something up at the general store." I show him the 45. I'm like, "I'm a little bit better with this." And then I also say, "And I'm also pretty good with this." Like my fist,
All right.
I'll give him the pow pow,
All right. Well, it's that's open too, but I got the Lewis gun out. And
Okay.
that's getting set up on the ground, ready to go. Tripod out, clip in.
So you guys are just waiting for him. You're not going to do anything at the house. You're just waiting for Butcher to catch up, so you can kind of take see
If he's still coming, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So I'll go ahead and put you guys on the map. Can you guys? Oh, did I move you to the farmhouse? Yes, I did. So if you're on this map, it should be at the bottom. Perfect. So I got you behind the door. Let's go ahead and get the truck.
Damn, right there. Nice little. Oh wait, he's coming from there, that side. Oh yeah, then he'd be over here.
Let me give. Do you have?
Right there?
You should have control of the car, Justin, if you want to reposition it at all. And Christian, I am giving you control of this truck. So, however you kind of want to roll up with this, just go ahead and do your thing.
Christian doesn't appear to be with us.
Thick are these woods right here, Spencer?
Christian's gonna be back in like a minute. Christian's back.
How thick are these woods? Am I able to see through these?
I would say it's pretty heavily forested. You can see through it a little bit, but like it's mostly going to be cover for you.
Yeah, no, you had me at a hard nat, heavily forested. I'm just gonna chill behind the hood of the car, I guess, and just use that as cover.
Okay, cool. So you guys roll up. Christian, you should have control of the truck. Are you just gonna like drive it up, or how's this gonna kind of play out?
So as Butcher comes up here, at what point can I spot them? What can I see at this point here? How far away are we here?
This is probably about like 40 feet maybe. We'll say that.
Okay. As I approach just a little bit up further here, seeing that their car is parked the way that it is, Butcher's gonna, rev or press on the accelerator and hit the e brake to take a sharp 90-degree angle turn.
Ooh, I see him doing that, and I let a volley go at his car.
Oh shoot! Okay. Are you intending to attack, or are you just
no, yeah, he's clearly trying to ram my car. This is a hostile entity.
All right, can you go over the rules for your gun?
Yeah, so this is it's I'm just gonna do a burst fire because if you go full auto, you end up getting some penalty dice attached to it. But so this should be. Oh, and I will get a bonus die because I have been aiming for 1 round.
Yep.
And I will be doing the first attack roll. I believe he should be in kind of a normal range for my. So he's within 110 yards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So no penalty die for that. No bonus die because when you do full auto, it's actually kind of cool. So if the person's right in front of you or the entity that you're trying to hit is right in front of you and you go full auto, the whole clip just goes into them and you get all sorts of extra bonus die. My readied firearm, shoot at Dex plus 50.
I just hope you don't kill Christian.
Yeah, well, Christian has made the choices that he's made.
Irene's gonna be like, hey, Leo, do we have to shoot him? Can we just see what he wants first?
He's trying to ram the car.
We don't know that he's gonna ram the car.
He's been following us. This is how it goes, Toots.
Why don't we just try to have a conversation with him?
And so I guess there's no way unless I get a 100 that I'll miss. Because my shoot is at Dex plus 50. Which would be 120. So and even if it wasn't, I still would have gotten a regular success.
So regular success is what you got?
Yes. Yep. Just I believe a regular success. I mean, because the way that it is, it's Dex plus 50, and it kind of that's above 100. That value would be above 100.
Okay.
So
let's see here. I'm not
this will
sure.
reduce. I think he's got an armor of 2, so that'll reduce the damage a little bit because it's just getting shot into his car.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure that out. Do cars have their own health pool? Because it says build, and then it which is I'm guessing just the car size, but then it has armor. So does that go through? So the 2 blocks 2 of the damage, and the rest goes through. Is that how that works? But the car doesn't take damage. He takes damage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good question. I'm not sure if it's the 1 is a penalty die. Hold on, I'm looking at armor right now.
Sure. Says armor for people. The armor rating is for the passengers and driver, reflecting the number of points of armor the vehicle provides against external attacks. So I'm guessing whatever damage you do, it does go through the car. It doesn't actually attack the car itself. But since he's in a pickup truck, it blocks 2 of the damage of whatever damage you're doing. But I think it's still normal combat rules, and I think Christian can still let's just go ahead and put everybody back in initiative order. Which we still have you 2 on there, but let's get everybody else on there too. So let's add Marvin, Irene, Dan, and then can you guys tell me your decks? Let's start with Marvin.
70.
70. Okay, Irene.
My Dex, also 70.
Okay. And then Dan.
40. 40.
Okay. All right. So I think when it comes to Dex ties,
Actually, it's 80. Sorry.
okay.
And FYI, Spencer, Leo and Butcher are not in the current turn order. I think
Can you
they're
not see them?
no. I think their old tokens might not be, and since I'm not on that map, they're not in mine. You have to add the current token on the current screen.
I did. Can you exit that out and open it back up?
Leo's is on there, but not mine.
Leo's is?
Oh, oops. Yeah, so this is only the Lewis gun only has full auto capability, so I actually have to roll a couple more D100s just to make sure that I still hit. I get so I get a bonus die for aiming for the 1 round, but normally I would get 2 penalty die for the full auto. So I just get 1 penalty die. Oh, that's actually a miss.
Thank God.
Oh wait, no. But because it's my Dex plus 50, that actually still hits.
Okay, everybody's in the turn order now, Spencer.
Okay. Perfect. And Butcher and Christian Butcher had a 50 Dex?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So okay. So keep all the stuff you were doing, Justin, but before you attack, so Irene is actually first in the turn order. So Irene, were you going to try to make that plea to Leo to try to get him to stop like you were doing earlier?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if that's something I roll for or what.
Yeah, charm me.
Charm you? I will charm you.
And then oppose skill roll. How are you going to oppose it, Justin? Or are you going to use
What, psychology? Is that what I'd normally
psychology or charm?
use? Whatever, psychology.
Okay.
Mine is a normal success.
You're probably going to do it. Oh, yep.
Oh,
You do it.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So-
Okay.
What Irene's gonna do is she's gonna be like, Leo, we don't know who this man is. You need to save your bullets for whatever's in that goddamn house. Maybe he can even help us fight that monstrosity. We need to focus here on the goal for Grandpa Merriweather.
Fine. God damn it.
So
I can't say no to you, apparently, ever.
Ever.
So, Christian, I'd like to imagine Butcher rolls up on this scene, sees like Leo pointing his gun at you, and then like Irene yelling at him, and then he like puts his gun down, like all angry. So,
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
so as long as there's no combat, I can get rid of turn order now.
All right. Yeah.
Well-
Nope, I'm charmed.
Well, I mean, we have
I
to
can't say
keep
no to
going
you.
through. Okay.
I don't know. So, question here. So we are in initiative or combat order, right? And then, but there's still like people to go through there. Do we need to go through the rest of the people and make sure nobody else wants to do combat? Or
Sure, we can do that. So,
don't
Irene,
know.
Leo, Marvin.
Marvin saw like Leo like pull out the gun and stuff and like getting ready to go, and he like just starts like cowering, like he finds like a shrub to hide behind and like covers like his head and like is like almost not like in a fetal position, but like cowering and hiding
Tornado
behind
drill?
a bush.
Okay, got it. All right, now it's Butcher's turn before Dan.
Yeah, so I like to think like as this is playing out, like coming up here, like as soon as I see it, like they're aiming down sights, that's when when Butcher puts on the e-brake to like turn the car for cover to then hop out, right? To have it for cover in between them.
Yeah.
So I guess at that point I would just be like hopping out and just like taking cover behind the car. I guess.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. So you take cover kind of behind the car, kind of look out. Are you going to say anything or?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think.
And you
yeah,
have
within that
time, so
frame. How much time do you have to? Is this
so
on your
combat
turn?
is it unlike other forms, it's not really restricted to a certain amount of time. You can kind of think of it of
Okay.
like anywhere between like 10 seconds to like a couple minutes at some points. So like a lot of this could be happening all at once. Like everything Leo was doing could have happened. Everything Irene said to him and like yelled at him and they had their back and forth type deal, that happened. So you can pull on the e-brake, pull over, get out of your car, kind of huddle behind, and then kind of like say something. I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. So Butcher hops out and he just yells over to them. Wait! I'm not your enemy here. There are
Right.
things that you are meddling with that you might not understand. This could be death for us all. I'm here to help. And then that'll be it.
Perfect. All right, Dan, you just see everything that just happened go down. So Irene talked down Leo, Marvin's cowering behind a shrub, Butcher gets out and starts yelling about how he's here to help.
All right, I'm going in the house.
Dan, you're just running in
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's open the door. Let's go. You know, I mean, it's not like there's a giant fucking monster in there. Okay, if it was in there, if it was just chilling, sleeping, whatever, like it would have woken up. It would have like, oh wait, they did say that lady at the general store told me that someone went missing. Oh God, there actually might be something in there. Okay. I want to look around the premises just for weird things.
Okay, cool. So now that a full round of combat has gone over, it seems like everything's dispelled, and we're gonna exit combat if that's okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, so Dan, you're gonna start searching around. You can go ahead and start moving yourself around, whatever you want to investigate.
Yeah, I want to see what this thing is.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is this thing?
That is a privy. Let me read the little description for you. Let's see here. Yeah. So the privy. Yeah, it's just a collapsed privy. There's so you kind of follow, like, if you look, there's like a trail that leads right there. It's still standing and intact among the trees. Let's see.
You might want to describe
that's-
what a privy is.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not
it's
something
just,
that everybody knows.
it's just like a bathroom, right?
It's an
Yeah.
outhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a toilet located in a small shed outside of a house or other building, an outhouse. Yeah. So it's probably just like a wooden standing. If you open it up, there's just kind of like a little like seat. Like if you remember from the classic movie Shrek, it's what Shrek emerged out of at the beginning of the movie while playing. Yeah.
I open it and there's like no dead bodies or anything in there.
You open it and no, it kind of stinks.
Cool. I close the door and that question is answered.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. Is this like broken wood or something up here?
Yeah, that's we'll get to that here in a second. What's going on with the standoff over near the dead tree?
All right. Leo's breaking down the Lewis gun from the tripod setting. Well, before he does that, he just kind of steps off it, goes over to the case, the Tommy gun case, pops it open, takes the Tommy gun, pops in one of the magazines that he has, takes the other four, puts them into his, because they're the long, straight ones. They're the smaller ones, not the full drums. Pops two in one of his overcoat pockets, pops two in the other overcoat pocket, slings the gun on the strap around his shoulder, puts his revolver or his 45 in his breastcoat in his holster underneath his jacket, puts one of the magazines that he has, puts a spare magazine in his other jacket pocket, and then picks the Tommy gun, picks the Lewis gun. He's got there's pockets on the inside, and then there's pockets on the coat pockets. So there's overcoat, and those go there, and he's a gangster. He carries magazines of ammo all the time.
Oh man, just load it up.
Well, now we're in like a thing. They're talking about like strange stuff popping out. There's Satan. I'm pretty sure lead can fight Satan. Look, I'm not a smart man.
Oh man. Okay.
And then he picks up the Lewis gun. He has the one, the big drum attached to that, and he's ready to go.
Okay. So yeah.
Following Dan. He sees Dan following Dan. Goes, all right, here we go.
Doesn't even talk to Butcher.
No.
All right. Cool.
Hey, man's on the same page. He said he can help. Why do we need to talk? Everything's good.
Everything's fine. He's not going to shoot me. That's fine.
All right, Irene, are you going and talking to Butcher or?
Yes, Irene emerges from behind the car with like her hands up, like she is not a threat. She's like, "Hey, the name's Irene. You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you why we're here. How can I help you, sir?"
Butcher comes out with his hands up as well, a little shaken about about the whole ordeal, about getting lit up with a drum full of lead.
No.
Irene, I think I might understand why you're here. I think are you the one that talked him down, that hothead?
I am.
I want to thank you for saving my life.
We don't need more blood in our hands. No problem.
That's exactly why I'm here. There are things that you may, a lot of people are not aware of. We go in there. We're messing with a whole other world of shit.
So maybe you will believe why I'm here. My grandpa just died, and he left the house to us, and apparently there's some supernatural pest in there.
Do you know what kind of pest?
He did not elaborate.
Didn't Dan find that out? Dan, it's like a thing with Moz. Gibbering Moz. Genie.
Oh, Jinn. Yeah, they summoned some sort of Jinn. That's right. Good memory there, Leah. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, there was some mention of the Jinn in the journal. Let me see if I can find it in the journal.
While he's looking that up, Marvin, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Are you still cowering behind a bush, or?
Yeah, like it. As you guys are doing all this, like a few minutes pass, and Marvin's like huddled over for a while, quite a bit longer than like after like things have been diffused, and like he finally like looks up and he hears you guys talking, and he like one eye like peeks open and he looks over and like sees that guns aren't drawn and like people aren't about to like murder each other, and like lets out like a big sigh. It's like, oh, thank goodness. And then like dusts himself off and comes over and he's like, "Are you said you're here to help us investigate the alien threat?" As he walks over to Butcher.
I walk over to Butcher. Sorry to cut you off, Marvin. I found the journal page. It says it was a djinn with 1,000 maws. I just like put the journal like right in Butcher's face.
Yeah, Marvin grabs the journal and he's like, see right here. I think this is code. When he says 1,000 maws, I think that's code for 1,000 light years away. And he goes off on like how like what galaxy is like that far away, and like how this relates to where he thinks the aliens are coming from and stuff.
It could be. It could be. It did say something about a djinn though, so that's why that's why I said I'm thinking this might be some alien wizard magic. Okay.
To be honest, there's still a lot more we don't know. Now these portals could lead to technically other dimensions and universes, but with
Let's
this,
just shoot the thing.
I mean, can I? So
Yeah.
I have what is it? What is the skill? I'm sorry. I have a cult. Could I do like a based on what is shown to me?
Yeah.
Can I do like an occult check or something like that to see if I know more about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
From
While you're making that roll, Dan, by the way, this is just a collapsed lean-to. Like, it just carried, like, like wood and stuff like that, so it's just kind of spread out. You notice that this is like a barn back here, and it's pretty destroyed. So.
Oops.
Nope.
Well, I kind of want
I
to
failed that.
go to the front of the barn and poke.
Push it.
Do you want to push it, Christian? You could push the roll. You might be able to figure out like more about this, or it just might come to you later.
Yeah. This looks familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. I think I've come across this within the SEU tomes and literature. I'm gonna have to get back to this. But what's your name? He looks over at Marvin.
Marvin. My name is Marvin.
Marvin, keep going with your gut. Maybe you'll figure it out someday.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working out so far. I'm getting closer every day to the truth,
You know what they say, the truth is out there.
Yeah, it's out there, and I'm gonna find it.
Dan, you said you're going to search the barn?
Yeah.
Okay, just letting you know, it is like destroyed. Like a lot of it's like it might be kind of hazardous to walk through, but you can do it. You can still search the barn. Just like peeking in, like there's beams that are like falling in and like scrapes of metal across the ground. So you can still do it.
I'm not gonna be like obviously unsafe about it, but like I want to like kind of like look, just look. What's is there anything crazy with the barn? Do I notice anything? Anything hidden?
If you're just looking in, it's kind of hard to see. Like it just looks like a collapsed barn. If you want to like get a closer look, you'd have to go and traverse through it.
And so,
Hey, Dan, wait up.
All right, I wait up.
Don't be going in where Satan is without the steel. Might have to open up something. Huh?
I got some steel of my own.
Hey, I'm not gonna let you walk in there without me, though.
Yeah,
I got you back.
Right. All right. I got my backup. Okay, thanks.
All right. Cock the Lewis gun. It's up and ready to go.
And so we traverse.
Both of you are going to the barn?
I'm gonna
dex-
stay kind of like toward the back and like make sure that like as he's looking around, I'm making sure that there's nothing creeping around in the shadows or anything like that.
Okay, if you're both traversing the barn, you're gonna have to make a dex roll.
All right, just a straight up dex roll.
Yep. To traverse the debris without tripping.
I want to
Push.
spend some luck.
Okay, spend some luck. Cool, perfect.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna spend 14 points of luck.
I'm going to spend 8 points of luck, so I hit my 40 dex.
All right. You guys both succeed then by spending your luck points for that.
Sweet.
Perfect. Cool. Yep. As you kind of like traverse the barn, it is like just the remains of an old barn. There's like nothing much outside of like the remains of rusted farm tools and horse tack. You can tell that also there's like no animals living here, other than like rats, maybe like a couple rats and stuff like that. You notice like a couple times like there's like sharp like metal or like glass, and you kind of like are able to kind of like move around it, but just barely get nicked by it. So you're both fine. But that's what you kind of find in there. And what is everybody else doing while they're doing that?
I think
Sorry.
Marvin wants to look around for like evidence of anything coming or going recently.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you want to start like over here then, or?
Yeah, like I'll start by the dead tree, like the
dead tree.
like
Okay.
the dead tree, just like since that's where the trail, like the path into the property is.
Yeah.
And just kind of look around, see if I spot like tracks or probably hard to notice like if a car has gone by with all the driving around already, but I just want to look around the property, see if anything is come or gone.
Near the dead tree, for the most part, it's just like the farmhouse is like sits back on like an overgrown path, like clearly not taken care of for years, probably since the journal entry dates. And then the tree is just an old dead tree blackened by a lightning strike in years past. And yeah, for as much as that's all that seems to be just like near the dead tree. But go ahead and give me a listen roll.
A listen roll.
Yep.
Okay. That is a fail.
Okay. Yep. That's all you see then.
Okay. So I didn't nothing around there. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. I like to imagine like Dan and Leo are like this is the entire time while they're like searching the barn and stuff like that. So is Butch and Irene moving closer to the house, or are they going to start searching around the property too?
Butcher and Irene start walking up the drive, and she's gonna ask him about the SEU and if he knew Rupert from that or anything like that.
Yeah, so Irene, you said your uncle told you about this. It gave you information on what was going on here.
Grandpa, but yes.
Or Grandpa. Sure, it's close. What was his name?
Rupert Merriweather?
Yeah, I know that name. He was a part of the SU at one time, right?
Yes, yeah. And then he split off to do he had a splinter group that did other like darker stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yeah, he was a part of the SU, I think, at one time, but then afterwards, I mean, there's just rumors that he got, dealing with things much worse, much darker.
Yeah, now I have to clean up his mess. And I kind of roll my eyes.
Yeah, I think we should look around here to see exactly what he was dealing with. It's, we need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Is this the porch swing?
Yes. So you see the remains of like an old porch swing. Like it was like sort of like tied up, but then like clearly it's like one part is down, the wood's falling apart and rotting, and only like one chain is like attached to the tree still. And as you approach the house, you notice that it's a 18th century salt box design with a high peaked roof and windows flanked by sagging shutters. While most of the windows are broken, the ones intact are filthy and resemble frosted glass due to years of dirt and dust. It's a single-story structure comprising 2 rooms with a windowless attic overhead. The roof is a little bowed, but all the shingles are intact. And
Do
if
we
you guys... Yep.
see any of like the sigils or anything like that they talked about in the journal on the outside of this property?
I don't think right now. Go ahead and give me... Oh, actually, yes. Both of you can give me a occult roll.
Oh, that's gonna be a failure.
At least you didn't fumble. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Christian.
Is that a
you...
success, Christian?
Success?
Yeah, let me just check. So that's 50. So, yep, it is a success. Sorry, and it's not a hard success. So.
No, it's okay. Success works because you notice that over on lintels, over all the doors and windows are carved symbols of a strange nature. You identify them as symbols of power used to ward against otherworldly spirits. A good defense. A good defense against them. But yeah, that's what you see. You just notice that these are symbols to protect and ward off otherworldly spirits.
Imagine Irene sees these symbols but doesn't understand them, and she's like, "Butcher, what? Should I call you Butcher? Could I call Mr. Blevins? What should I call you even?"
You can just call me Butcher.
Butcher, what does this stuff mean? Is this the ramblings of a dying man or something more? And I point out the symbols.
Yeah.
Well, we should look around for more, but typically these sigils are placed, from what I understand, in somewhat of a perimeter to ward off other beings, like this djinn that we might be dealing with here.
Grandpa did write about that in his journal. That would make sense.
You guys also notice, like looking at the front of the house, there's a front door which appears to be right here, and Leo and Dan, you notice there's a back door that's in the back right here.
Can I inspect the back door? See if there's, because everything's all dusty and stuff like that. Is there any recently cleared? Is there evidence of any footprints or blood?
Yeah. And go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll. And while you're doing that, Dalton, what's Marvin up to? What's he?
Damn
what's
it.
he? Oh.
I mean, he's gonna keep like walking up to the house while looking for more traces of any comings and goings.
Okay.
It's like the third 83 this game.
Oof. If you look at the top section, there's more of a kind of like the detailed farmhouse. But let's see. So Marvin, you see over to your right, I guess. You see that there is kind of like an overgrown garden. It's like the vegetables that are inside the garden are like actually like plump, like clearly it's been like unkept and just untaken care of, so there's just tons of like vegetables like strewn about and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a spot hidden roll, actually.
Okay. Just checking what my spot hidden is.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fail.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, you see that there are flowers all across the area.
Wait.
But to everybody else, oh yeah. So you got you failed your spot hidden roll, correct, Justin? Leo did.
Yeah, I failed mine too.
Okay, cool. All right. Are you going inside the farmhouse, or are you staying outside for right now?
I mean, if we haven't been able to find anything outside, and I think it's time to go inside.
Sure. Yeah. So go ahead and move I can move your tokens to the top of the screen. Whoop. Sorry, Butcher. There you are. I think you were near the well. Irene was near the front door. So was Marvin. And then Dan and Leo were near this back door up the top here.
Yeah, I think we should go around back.
I accidentally grabbed the titles. Sorry, keep going.
No, I think are these like windows? Those like gaps in the door?
Yes, they are.
Can I look through them?
Absolutely. Which one are you looking through?
The one right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. So gazing inside, you see, like, you notice that, like, this door specifically is already, like, slightly open and ajar. And kind of looking inside, you see... let's see here. The backer room has a comfortable armchair in one corner, while a table stands against a wall beneath the rear window. An old walking stick lies on top of the table. This table is right in front of the window that you're looking at, Dan. On top of the table. The fireplace is large and made of gray stone. An unblocked back door leads out in the direction of the barn and collapsed lean-to, which you came from. You notice while looking at the top of the ceiling, there's a trap door and set in the middle of the ceiling overhead that leads to what you can presume is the attic space. You notice that the wooden frame surrounding the trapdoor is decorated with the same occult carving seen over the doors and windows of the house. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll, by the way.
Come on, Pepper Daddy needs a new pair of shorts.
Come on. One spot hidden success this game. Let's go. Ooh, is that a great success, Dan? Or
Extreme.
That would
success?
be, yeah, I think. No, hold on. So
it would need to be less than your fifth value to be an extreme success.
it's a hard success. It's a hard success.
It's a hard? Okay.
Still good.
Basically, you see that, like, inside, it was kind of hard to see on the outside, but inside, like, on the floor, there's muddy boot prints on the floor coming from that back door. In addition, like, you see that you're just, like, your eyes are, like, nailing everything. Does your 1920s have glasses? Does your 1920s Dan has glasses, or is he just, like, normal?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you spot in the fireplace, like, there's embers of a fire that was, like, recent. On top of that, you see, like, right here it is, like, clearly like a sleeping bag. Not like a sleeping bag, but, like, you know, a thick wool blanket. And there's an empty can of Campbell's pork and beans, like, next to it with, like, a spoon in there. Just judging from your, like, knowledge, maybe you wrote a piece about this back in the day, but, like, it's a tin spoon. Specifically, it looks like surplus from the Great War, which, like, I'm not sure what article you wrote to kind of know that knowledge, but on top of that, right in front of you is, like, clearly what seems to be, like, an unwrapped bindle, if you know what a bindle is.
I don't know.
Hobos in the 1920s used to carry those sticks with, like, the little, like, tied up and stuff like that. Yep. Cool. and that's what you see inside.
So I look over to Leo and just quietly say, "Hey, I think someone might be here. There's. If you look in, there's a fireplace. There's some embers. There's a sleeping bag. I think someone's been staying here, using this place as a hideout or something, or maybe they just squatting or something. I don't know. I want to take a little bit of a closer look in the other room, but I think we should go warn the others." And then I like kind of like start walking around this way, and I want to like just peek in this room, but like hide behind the wall and like peek into this.
Sounds good. Before you do that, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Leo's gonna nod, and since he knows that there's no windows on this side of the building, he's gonna sprint over this way and like, hey, somebody might be in here.
All right, Marvin, Irene, Butcher, you do see Leo kind of sprint to the other side and kind of warn you guys. What are you guys doing?
Well, I mean, I shout back to Leo. You're like, not much point in being quiet after the near shootout that just happened out front.
You don't know that? What you yelling for?
Well,
Although again, it does make sense.
Butcher says he might have seen. He thinks these are some weird symbols going on.
Satan. I knew it.
All right, Irene and Butcher, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Butcher is just as he's continuing kind of around the well to see if there's any other symbols or anything else that could kind of clue him into what's going on here. He does kind of remark, loud enough for Marvin and Irene to hear that Leo, sorry,
yeah,
is on to something. We should take this quietly or as stealthy as possible.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, you're on mute.
Irene's gonna peek into one of these like windows over here.
Okay, you do so. Probably at about the same time Dan's kind of like looking into, and here's kind of what you see. So, dust lies thickly on the furniture and empty shelves, while dead leaves and detritus cover the floor. An iron stove rests against the wall, the ventilation pipe still connected to the outside. There is a round table of chairs near the stove. The wooden floor is warped and stained, the result of water leaking through the roof and ceiling. Rot has eaten away at a table, an old couch, and matching wind chair. Let's see. Near the entrance... near the entrance to the second room, which you can see right there, is a narrow opening in the floor, revealing a steep flight of steps leading down to what appears to be a cellar. So,
And in the map, it shows the doors is open. Is that currently the case? Like, were the doors ajar? Were they closed?
this front door was closed. This one was ajar.
Okay.
Yep. But they're unlocked. Well, I mean, you can use the key and unlock the front door. It's currently locked.
So I wanna like walk like kind of like back around, just regroup with everyone.
Yep.
And just say, all right, so it looks like we got a basement, we got an attic, someone's been here. Looks like, I don't know how long, looks like they've got a sleeping bag, some muddy boot prints. It's definitely someone here. So I probably only been here for a couple of days though. Two of us, we Scooby-Doo style this. We go check out upstairs and downstairs at the same time.
Well, didn't someone mention that somebody went missing?
Yeah. When I was talking to the lady who owns the general store, her husband's the police chief or the sheriff or whatever, and apparently some lady went missing down by the docks the other night.
Maybe
Was
we
it by the
should split
docks?
up.
No. She was checking on her horses
Okay.
at night. Yep.
Just because we're in Boston, we're in Massachusetts, right? I think Boston, and when I think Boston, I think, but down by the docks.
Oh. So.
Irene thinks we should not split up.
Yeah, I think we should probably stick together with this one. The more people around to watch each other's backs, the better.
Agreed.
All right. Well, how are we going to make sure that nobody escapes if they hear us going downstairs, or vice versa?
Where are you seeing a way up? There's you said there's an attic.
Yeah, when I was looking through the back, the window on the other side, there's a trap door going up.
Well, I mean, we'd have a few people up here keep watch while one or two people like peeks their head downstairs, or like just lift people up, take a look in the attic. But I don't think we should be splitting up. I mean, this house isn't that big. We'd hear it if somebody was trying to run away.
All right, here's what I think. I think me, Leo, and the butcher, we go down, check out the basement, and I think Martin, you and Miss Whitmore, you stay up here, and you guys, let us know and yell out if anyone's coming around, and we'll go check out the basement.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep watch at the top of the stairs while you guys go down.
Yeah, and just yell out, and we'll yell back to you.
Alrighty. So Leo kind of pushes open the door with the barrel of his Lewis gun.
Yeah. Did Dan? Did you unlock it with your deed and key, and then go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure. Yeah. And then go ahead, Leo.
Pushes it open. I guess Dan's already inside, so Leo's close behind.
I want to pull out my lantern.
Hey, you said there was notes on the desk over there. Should we check those out before we head down to the basement? We don't have a way out.
I can check those out. I might know what to do about what they say.
As you guys go inside, a foul odor greets you. It's the rotting smell of the furniture just like hits your nostrils, and it just smells awful, really. Everybody, yeah.
Is it just furniture, or is it worse than that? Like, is there something dead in here?
It just smells rotting and disgusting. And
So
go
maybe.
ahead, and you guys give me a listen roll. Everyone.
Oh, nice.
I failed.
Hard success.
Wait, Justin, how did you get no dice? You rolled a 12. Isn't base listen 20?
Yeah. That's what I said. I said nice.
Oh, I thought you said no dice.
No. Oh, no. Indeed. Several
Indeed, dice.
Indeed dice. Mini much dice.
So
Although not mini much dice. It's just a regular success.
So everybody who rolled a success hears scuffling and scurrying underneath the floor.
Does me having a hard success change anything?
Having a hard success, here's what I'll say. You hear the scuffling underneath the floor. On top of that, you find it, you realize it's a little bit quieter than normal. Like it's eerily quiet. Like you don't hear like the normal outdoorsy nature sounds that you would normally hear. Like if anything,
once we've gone inside, that's all we're really hearing, and it's kind of muffled from the outside.
No, I'm just saying that's what you noticed. I'm just saying that's what you noticed when you came inside. You do hear like the ringing. Remember the porch swing like chain is still outside, so you hear the chain swinging a little bit, but it is eerily silent except for some like the chain outside and then like the scuffling underneath the floorboards.
No birds chirping or anything like that.
No.
Grandpa may have some mice.
I don't know if it's mice. I think it's demons.
And if you guys are saying you're hearing stuff down in the basement, I think everything is leading up to something bad in the basement, given that that's where the rituals took place.
Yeah.
He said it would get free if he died. All of these things lead to I'm not going down in that basement.
Hey, can you go down to the basement, Martin? We were supposed to stand guard up here.
Right. That yeah, I'm totally cool with that plan.
I'm gonna go with
Let's,
Butcher to
see
read.
see what
these
Butchie's
things.
got going on over with the desk.
Yeah, so Butcher goes over to the desk to see, you know, what's all sprawled out here. If there's any helpful information about what's going on.
What's the word, Butchie?
What's the word, keeper babe?
Sorry, I was reading up on what happens next. What's going on?
Butcher Blevins is reading the notes on the desk.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
we haven't gone into the basement just yet. We're taking a
It's
look and
actually-
seeing if there's any info on that the papers over there.
Let's see. Apart from the walking stick on the table, there's a large piece of worn, wrinkled fabric, which rests a half-full penny box of wooden matches, as well as a small piece of soap, a tin cup, a screwdriver, a can opener, a jackknife, and the stub of a candle. Let's see here. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what you see.
Irene's gonna pocket the matches.
All right.
You said there's a screwdriver over there? Toss me that screwdriver.
Butcher quickly picks it up and chucks it his way. Here you go.
Nothing important though, right?
Here. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm gonna go over to this thing and I'm taking my Lewis gun and I'm kind of like wrestling open the sheets there, like a sleeping bag, right? Like a blanket.
Yeah. It's a thick wool
Yeah.
blanket.
Yeah, and moving it open, seeing if there's anything inside the blanket, opening it up.
Nope. You just noticed that the can of pork and beans that Dan saw earlier with the tin spoon, it's empty.
Empty. No mold or anything in there though yet, right?
No, it looks surprisingly like, fresh.
Hmm. There's no like blood splatters on the floor or anything,
Just those muddy footprints.
and they
Where
lead.
did them?
Yeah, where do they
They
lead?
lead.
The boots are like resting by the door. So like it like walked in and then like the boots are off.
The boots are resting by the door over here.
Yep. Yeah, if you notice the two differences between the front door and the front door has like an actual lock and the key, but the back door, if you notice, there's like a bar next to it. Like an old fashioned, you just put the wooden bar down and it doesn't open. So
And it's shut, right?
it's open.
It's open.
It's ajar.
Huh.
Yeah, both doors are currently open unless somebody closed the front door.
Yeah, when we got here, the back door was already open and ajar.
Yep.
So we got a couple of options. Either this hobo here, he's down in the basement, and that's what we heard. Something happened that scared the hobo right out the door, and he's gone. Didn't even
With all
bother
his
taking
stuff.
his shoes. Hey, you get scared enough, you might not even care what happens to your stuff. You're only concerned about your skin. And look, Ember's still in the fire. So he's either still here, he got spooked so bad he left.
I mean, I
So
didn't see any evidence of somebody running away when I was looking around, so I think they're probably still in the house somewhere.
So we gonna call out, ask him to show himself, or we gonna go introduce ourselves?
Anybody check the privy?
Check
Dan
in
did.
the privy?
I think Dan did.
yeah, Dan did. It was empty. It was just a toilet.
I don't know if this guy was lucky enough to get away.
There's no blood either, though, Butcher.
You never know what Satan's capable of.
A
He doesn't
bloodless
need to kill
death? I
somebody.
mean, maybe.
I think we might find out down
He
below.
defied the Father. He's capable of some crafty stuff.
It's okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, Butcher's going down into the cellar.
All right. Leo will fall behind.
Okay. So, since you're going down into the cellar, Butcher, as you can see, I opened up a new spot here on the map. And can you, as you're like walking down, you notice it's like incredibly dark. Like you like just like normal, like there's not enough light coming down to really see clearly down here. So you like start to walk down and you notice that it's really dark.
Wait, hold on. I'm walking down too. Remember, I have my lantern.
You do? Yeah. Yeah, you light the lantern, you kind of like sign it up, and now you can kind of see that it's a little bit clearer. And as you kind of walk down, is Butcher still leading, or are you leading, Dan?
I can lead. I'll just say, hey, let me lead the way. I've cut the light.
Are you okay with that, Butcher?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Dan, give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Come on. Oof.
So what that
Can we
was
all-
for?
Can we all
Yeah.
make one?
No, it's specifically the first person that goes down the stairs. Bursting out from behind the stairs is what appears to be sorry, I should have had him ready. A hobo looking fella with like a striped red and white shirt, and what that spot hidden roll was to see his surprise attack. Unfortunately, because you failed, he gets a bonus die to his roll. And he is gonna attack you. He got he fails. So let's see here. So yeah.
I can either fight back or dodge, right?
Well, not with this surprise attack specifically. So yeah, so he makes an attack for you, but because it was unsuccessful and there's 3 of you here, he kind of like backs up, and then now let's start initiative. Let's go ahead and get everybody's initiative in order, which I already have theirs. Let me put his in there. We're probably not gonna do a full fight just because yeah, we're about at the end of the session, but I'll at least put this in here. He has a dex of 70, so he's going to be going after a couple of you guys. All right.
Does he get disadvantage at all because he's outnumbered?
He will on his turn, but we'll go over that here in a second. So yeah, so basically,
Does he get disadvantage for being homeless?
no.
Aw.
No, he had a home. This is his home now. Anyways, so he tried to surprise attack you, Dan. And he failed. You like maybe like didn't quite spot it right at first, but you're able to dodge quickly out of the way. And he kind of backs up, and he has his eyes wide, and he's looking at all of you guys. So up first is actually Irene, because her dex is 80. So Irene, you're upstairs currently. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna call down the stairs because I imagine I hear maybe a little bit of a scuffle, and I'm gonna be like, "Is everything all right down there? You need me to come on down?"
Yeah. And as I kind of mentioned earlier, like the cool thing is like on your turns, it's not necessarily like limited by like only so many seconds or something. So you mostly get to do kind of like one thing. Like Irene could be upstairs, maybe as like, oh no, I didn't bring a weapon. She could go and search and grab a weapon and kind of look for that, or something of the other effect. But for the most part, if you're engaging in an attack or something like that, you can only really do that once per turn. But we'll kind of go over that. So Irene kind of calls down to you guys to check in if everything's okay. Leo. Oh wait, with when you tie for setting dex, let's see here how that's determined.
Marvin could go first. It's fine.
Let's see. Order of dex. The highest dex goes first. I think with ties, we just kind of if it's ties, you guys roll and see who has the better roll and kind of go from there. If you guys want to do that.
Cool.
Do you? So Leo and Marvin roll to see who goes first.
It does say on this cheat sheet
Oh.
that on a draw, the higher combat skill goes first.
Oh, never
Ready.
mind. There we go.
But readied firearms or casting an instantaneous spell gains plus 50 dex for initiative.
Ooh.
So if Leo's gun is readied, which I think he had up, then he'd get plus 50.
Yeah. Okay. So combat skills: Leo versus Marvin. Leo, what's your combat skill?
Like my gun skill.
Yeah.
75.
And then Marvin, for your combat, what is your skill?
Default 25.
Okay, so yeah, Leo would be going first. So Leo, it's your turn. You see Dan get attacked by this seemingly wide-eyed homeless man who's hiding in this cellar. What do you do?
So what does he have? What did he attack with? Just like his fists, or?
Yeah, if you look right here, there's actually a wooden like stake. He like picked up, he swung, but then like when he missed, he got scared and dropped it. So he backed up. He doesn't have anything in his hands right now.
What are you doing here, you hobo? You bum. Fill you full of daylight, see? Explain yourself. And then I'm going to wait to see if he responds, and then if he kind of tries to make another move at us, I'm going to just light him up.
Okay. Marvin, you're upstairs. What are you doing?
I hear Butcher, or not Butcher. I hear Leo start to like threaten the homeless guy, and I heard some of the scuffle and stuff. And I turned to Irene. It's like I think there might be something going on down there. To answer your earlier question, I'm going to stay up here. I think they can handle it, though.
Yeah, I'll stay up here with you unless there's some screaming.
Yeah, unless they ask for help. If they ask for help, maybe we'll go down.
Yeah, it sounds good. Let's do that.
Oh, I forgot to do something. Leo, on your turn, go ahead and give me a psychology check.
A psychology check. Oh no.
Nice.
Oh, is that a success?
Wait, I actually, so something happened where I can't see what I rolled.
You rolled a 69.
Depends on what we're
Nice.
talking about here.
No, so that's a fail because
Okay.
my psychology is only 10, the base.
Got it. Okay. Yep. So it is now the homeless man's turn, and he just kind of like he just kind of stands there wide-eyed, like looking at like each of you in turn, and is just like, yeah, he's just like rambling nonsense currently. And I think that's where we're gonna end it today. Well, you know what? No. To be fair, let's do Butcher and Dan, and then we'll call it after a full round of combat. So Butcher, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to move up a little bit and approach.
Okay.
Am I able to see, you know, I guess with the light at this point, am I able to make out his kind of facial expression and see his condition at all?
Sure. If you want to tell his condition, it would also be a psychology roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And to all of our viewers, if you have any questions about today's session, please put them in the chat, and we'll read them here soon.
Might as well spend 69.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Is that a fail as well?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So you see that he's like wide-eyed, he's muttering nonsense, and his back is now up against the shelves and such, but you can't really, I mean, like, you can take guesses of what's going on, but
Yeah.
nothing determined.
So Butcher just exclaims, "Be careful! Be careful! I think he might be possessed."
All right. And Dan. So this guy like jumped out of the shadows to attack you, but then now is backed off and muttering nonsense over against these shelves.
Did I notice what he tried to attack me with?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was like
this piece of wood right here on the floor.
All right, so I just kind of like want to like, yeah, you know what? I want to pull out my gun and I want to point it at him and I want to say, "Lay down on the ground."
All right. You give him a command. Are you going to try to intimidate him or?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I figured the gun would, you know.
Yeah. Okay. You can roll and intimidate.
Okay.
I'm looking at the guy's face. He's cuckoo for Cocoa
That's
Puffs,
fair.
Oh,
guys.
what was that?
Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay. He mutters more nonsense, and the gun has clearly elevated his kind of like stress level, and he's like frantically like looking around, like looking up at the stairs and stuff like that. So, and that's where we'll leave off today. Let's go ahead, and if anybody has any skills to increase and luck to recover, go ahead and do that now.
So it's rolling a D100, and if we fail, then we roll a D10 to increase it.
Correct. Except for luck, you just kind of get that back, which is nice.
Oh, you
What
don't
is-
have to fail the luck roll.
I don't believe so. I'll double
I
check
thought
that
you
roll for
did.
ya.
Alrighty, here's my drive auto roll.
I
Better be-
rolled too well.
All right, here's my fast talk roll.
Woo!
Yes.
If you get a crit failure, do you get 10 points?
If you get a crit failure,
Yeah, I just
Uh,
crit failed my my drive auto skill increase check.
100? Holy yeah, I'll rule that you get the full 10.
Sweet.
I think that's fair.
Dang.
Where's Christian passes his stuff now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only had occult checked. That's the only thing I passed this whole.
Nice.
It's okay, I passed
Um,
both of my rolls too.
Nice. I passed mine.
Oh,
Ah,
Ashley,
Well, you want to.
you were
wanna
correct.
fail it.
You do have to fail the luck roll to regain your luck. So you don't just recover it. My bad.
Joke's on you. I didn't use any luck.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have.
and for my spot hidden roll. Oh, I passed that. Oh well, not better at spotting hidden than I used to be.
While everybody's doing that too, I do want to go over more of like the chase mechanics and
And
stuff like
luck.
that, because I know we were trying to figure that out earlier. And I think the reason why I was getting confused is just because oh,
No, Justin, you didn't do r/. You just
Oh.
just did D100.
No, I didn't.
Wait, did
Yeah, he
oh,
did.
Rolling D100.
Yeah, rolling D100. 100.
oh wow.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, so you literally crit success or crit failed twice.
Yeah.
Dang.
Good news that's happening here. But so
Yeah.
just let you guys know, the hobo, there are chase mechanics written in the adventure. So it says if you're trying to catch them, you guys have to make an opposed dex roll, and I roll for the hobo while you roll for yourselves, and whoever gets the best result wins the opposed roll. And if it's a tie or both rolls are failed, the chase continues. Each of the participants matching their paces. If the player wishes, they can attempt another opposed roll until the chase is ended. If Red Jake, or the hobo, sorry, if he wins 2 consecutive opposed rolls, he manages to get away. But if the investigator wins a single opposed roll, then he's been caught. So, that's what it seems like is like for chase rules and stuff like that. So it seems like that's kind of like a pre-made scenario. I think I get to kind of like, as the keeper, I get to kind of determine what constitutes as a success in a chase and what constitute as a failure. So we were doing it right earlier. I think it just got a little bit complicated because unfortunately Butcher kept failing his chase rolls, but I think what we did was perfectly fine. So it seems like essentially the keeper gets to kind of determine what are the win conditions, what are the failure conditions, and you do kind of like opposed skill checks against them and such. So this kind of in the starter set, it just kind of makes it as like, hey, if the players win 2 times, they catch them, but if the hobo wins 2 times, he gets away, but if they win once, then they catch him. So, which I think is interesting. So. And maybe that can still happen next week. So
We decide to chase this hobo.
I mean,
Yep.
it would probably be
So-
pretty hard for him to get out. He's kind of trapped in the basement.
and
And
that's
there's
why
2
like,
people upstairs.
Yeah.
and that's why I didn't like have him.
Greased up naked deaf guy.
And that's why I didn't. And that's why I didn't have him like immediately like get past you guys. Like if it was just Dan, then he could have like attacked and then like run up the stairs. But since there's like 3 people on those steps, like I was like, there's no way he could just like run past you guys with that. So
Okay. So am I wrong in can jinns possess living vessels?
I think you'd have to roll a cult to know that.
Can they?
Well, isn't that what happens in Witcher? The Witcher TV show?
Well, this is not Witcher.
Well, I'm just
Um,
curious.
I think it does in The Witcher, but I
Doesn't it
don't know how
happen?
Call of Cthulhu works.
Well, no, I know. But I'm just
I-
going off of
Me thinks that what actually came through is not a djinn.
It
And
might
it's-
not be.
It is just a monster.
It could be Cthulhu himself.
Oh, I
or
thought we knew it
herself,
was the Jen.
themselves.
I thought
It was-
Cthulhu-
described as a djinn in the book, but
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to occult that up, buddy.
here's what I'll say. In my reading through of the different adventures of including the starter set, and no spoilers, but like the Cthulhu mythos is like meant to be like very like strange, interesting, and out of this world creatures, like things that are not really like that don't interact with our world the way we think it should. Like if we talk about D&D, I mean like beholders and like aberrations and stuff, like they're not from the D&D universe. Like they came from the outside and came in, and that's just what their form took when they came here. And I'm not saying that Call of Cthulhu is like that, but D&D was inspired by the Cthulhu mythos for those kinds of things, and that was just how they kind of phrased it. So, you know, I'm not going to say anything more, but like that's what I will say.
Yeah, like in universe, just because the group of people thought they were summoning a djinn, a djinn is a human construct. That's something that human beings wrote stories about, and that's what he thought, and the group thought that they summoned. It's not entirely likely that they actually did what they thought that they were doing.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a Martian.
Yeah, like this is very clearly
Maybe a Plutonian.
Plutonian mind control.
Neptunian.
Oh my gosh. But we don't know about Planet 9 yet.
That's true. We don't know about Pluto yet. This is European mind control. He's from a moon of. Is Europa Jupiter
Saturn?
I think
or
Europa.
Saturn?
Yeah, Saturn. I don't remember.
Well,
That's the one with Io and all that.
they did. That's what happens in the Sandman, right?
Jupiter.
They think they're summoning death, and they summon the Sandman.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen the Sandman.
Yeah. In Sandman, they're attempting to summon death, but they accidentally summon Dream. Yeah.
Yeah. This is like at the very beginning. That's just how the story starts.
Yes.
Like so.
Okay,
That's
it's not a
Yeah.
spoiler.
not a spoiler. No.
Okay, cool. By the way, very glad you guys decided not to pursue the De Vermis Mysterii book, because it's specifically written into the adventure that like you guys like you can't it like that Dr. Henry Armitage was not going to reveal any information to you guys. It's he's from like I'll bring it up, but he's from a like specific H.P. Lovecraft story, and it says like he just came out of like that story and knows about the Cthulhu mythos now, and is like I'm not gonna let anybody know more about Cthulhu or anything like that. From the Dunwich Horror. That's where Dr. Henry Armitage is from. So
That's super interesting, though, how they wrote it like that.
yeah, they said while it can be frustrating for players because he's impervious to bribes and skill rolls, they should be under no illusion that Armitage considers the book to be dangerous. Sometimes, not all the information is available to investigators, and they must go on knowing that they lack certain clues. Which, I mean, I think that's interesting how they put it, especially in this kind of like horror game where people can die. Like, you're not going to find everything out. I get that philosophy. I sometimes worry, like, you guys, you're like, no, we're going to figure this out. We need to know it. And then you get between like a rock and a hard place with it. So,
Did we ever crack the Egyptian hieroglyphs?
that would have taken like 2 more days.
So we did not.
I think we also. Oh wait, the Egyptian hieroglyph. Yeah, right.
Because it took like several days to translate.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Does anybody have any last comments before we sign off for today?
Any questions in the chat?
Nope.
This is the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition starter set that we are using today. We are playing through Roll20, which is a free online platform, which is a really great platform. Our tokens for our characters were designed in Hero Forge, so thank you to them. And I think that covers everything.
Yeah, nailed it. Perfect. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week to find out what these guys are going to do with the hobo down in the cellar, as well as like, where is this monster? Is it even still here? And what's going to happen next? Next session might be our finale with this, depending on how fast we go through everything, and it'll be pretty exciting.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Well, thanks for tuning in and learning how to play Call of Cthulhu with us. We'll see you next week with hopefully more mechanics that we have no idea how to do, but we'll figure it out. And we'll see you all then. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.